Hello and welcome back to another week of family dinner ideas. So this week we're starting out with enchiladas, which is one of my favourite dishes, but it does take some preparation. Does anybody else do this? Like, obviously I thoroughly wipe down the surfaces and then I just lay all my tortillas out so that I can roll them all up and spread the mixture evenly. Otherwise I find that if I do them one by one ends up having loads of mixture in and the others like end up with nothing. So I was actually using 2 kits this time because there's 5 of us and we always like to have leftovers. And basically I just used the Sainsbury's kits instead of the old El Paso ones, and considering they're about 1/3 of the price, they're actually really good, so I highly recommend those if you've got a Sainsbury's near you. So the method to these was slightly different, but they're all roughly the same. You add your chicken into your enchilada sauce and then you add some cheese into that. Wrap it up in your tortillas and top it with more enchilada sauce, more cheese, and then it goes in the oven for about 25 minutes. Comes out all nice and golden brown looking, and there's no pretty way really to serve enchiladas. We do usually have salad or Mexican rice or something with ours, but I tried my best to show you what they look like. This is one of our favourite meals, one of mine especially, even though I'm not that keen on making them because they seem such a faff. So I'm going to take you through some of the other things we've eaten in the last week. The first thing I'm going to show you is a roast beef dinner, and the last thing I'm going to show you is also roast beef, but it was actually on 2 separate Sundays. I've just included both in this video, so it's not like we eat beef every day of the week, it just happened this week we had it twice. So the first I say roast beef, it was actually done in the slow cooker and I finish it off in the oven, and I have showed the method on here loads of times. But I did some cabbage with this and some carrots, and then I did the best roast potatoes. I used a beef stock pot. I didn't dissolve it or dilute it or anything, I just put it in as like the little jelly pot in with the hot oil, and then I put the potatoes into this and let them all roast, and they had a really nice sticky beefy kind of flavour to them, so I'm definitely going to be trying that one again. And yeah, you just can't beat roast potatoes, can you? They just look all crispy and lovely. So for tonight's dinner I'm making a cheats katsu curry, and when I say cheats I mean very cheats. So I've got this katsu curry sauce, I've got 2 packets there, just mix those with some water. So that's in there. I'm just simmering that to let it thicken a bit, and then I've chopped some onions and some red peppers, and then I've seasoned them with a little bit of Chinese salt and chili pepper seasoning, fried them off till they went a little bit caramelised. Then I've added some water and a chicken stock cube and some of these medium egg noodle nests. I'm just letting that like all boil away the water and like absorb, and I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce to that as well. And then what I'm going to do, I've got some like southern fried chicken steaks in the freezer, so I'm just going to pop those in the air fryer, and then I'm going to serve this up once I've added soy sauce and bits and pieces, maybe some spring onions, and then I'm going to put the crispy chicken sliced up on top, and then pour the katsu curry sauce over the top of that, and that's dinner done. It's taken me about 5 minutes really, so I better get back to whisking this because it says be continuous. So yeah, I don't know what this sauce is like, I've never tried it, but it was 30p in Sainsbury's, so can't go wrong really. So here's our katsu curry served up. So we've just poured the curry sauce on the top, we've got our noodles underneath, and then if we turn it around, we've got our crispy chicken breasts that I did in the air fryer, and then we've got spring onions, coriander, crispy onions and chili flakes on the top. And this is what we are having for dinner tonight. I'm just making some burgers for tonight's dinner. So I've got the mince, I've seasoned it with salt and pepper and smoked paprika, and I'm going to put these in a griddle pan. I've fried some onions, and then I'm just going to assemble them, wrap them in foil so that they all stick together and go nice and like takeaway like, and then I'll show you in a minute. So to assemble, we're going to put ketchup, onions, cooked onions there, put our burger on there, some gherkins, and there, and then some English mustard just on the top of the bun. And then what I do is I put it together, squeeze it down so all the juices and the cheese go into the bun. I have toasted the bun and I am making a mess. And then I'm basically going to wrap it up in foil. Here's one I made earlier. And then they will go in the air fryer for like 5 minutes or so when we're ready to eat them. And when you open them up, they're all sort of stuck together. All the juices have like soaked into the bun. And they're much easier to eat, and they taste like a Five Guys takeaway. So I'll show you when we're ready to eat them. But yeah, that's basically how I've assembled them. Some have got normal cheese slices and some have got spicy. These are burgers. They're hard to show because they're kind of all stuck together and everything, but the burgers have been in the air fryer for a few minutes just to heat up in the foil. I've done the chips in the air fryer as well. The boys got 2 each, and it's hard to show you what they look like, but this is what is for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner, I have made, I will phrase this with bunny ears, this buttered chicken curry. I think I bought these in Farm Foods. So the chicken curry mix said just add water. The butter chicken mix, I didn't actually see. You actually have to add chicken, water, tomato, milk, butter, garlic paste and ginger paste. And I'm sure there was another ingredient and the tinned tomatoes as well. So yeah, basically you had to add a load of stuff that I didn't have. So I kind of improvised. I made up the paste with some milk, I added some tomato puree, I added a garlic cube and a ginger cube, like frozen chicken. So we had some boiled rice, which I've just put into a little round thing. I don't know why, it just looked good. Leftover mac and cheese and some butter chicken, basically. And then it says garnish it with butter. So we were supposed to like dollop teaspoons of butter over the top of this, but I was not doing that either. It's really nice, although this does say mild, and it's really, really, really spicy. So the one that we've got that says hot, I am dreading eating. But yeah, this is what we're having tonight. We're not all having mac and cheese and rice and chicken, but some of us are just having chicken, some are just having chicken and rice. But yeah, this is what's for dinner tonight, and these are the 39p or whatever it was chicken mixes I bought, but they lie, you need so much more than it actually says. So for tonight's dinner we have got some pizzas, pizzas and tater tots. So we've got 1 pepperoni and 1 barbecue pulled pork, which looks really, really nice. I've just done mine with some salad and some Caesar dressing and just popped a few tater tots. And I've used scissors to cut the crust off my pizza because I don't like the crust. Yeah, and then everyone else got like pizza and tater tots and things, and this is what we've got tonight. I'm just about to put this beef in this slow cooker, and it is a roasting joint, but I got it for the same price as like a brisket joint. So what I'm going to do is take the fat off, and somebody suggested that I save the basting fat and used it for some roast potatoes. So I am going to do that. But I'm just going to pop this in, and then I've made up some gravy. I'm just using some of this Tesco Finest gravy, and I make it up really, really thick, not according to the instructions, but almost like so you can stand your spoon up in it, because slow cookers need a lot of flavour and not a lot of liquid. And I'm also going to add in one of these rich beef stock cubes as well, and then that's going to go on for about 6 hours. I'm going to put that to one side because I don't need that in the slow cooker. And then I'm going to add over my mug of gravy. Some people brown their beef first, but I'm actually going to finish mine off in the oven because it goes really nice and crispy. So I'm just going to cover it with that much gravy. I'm going to pop in one of these, and then I'm going to put it on low for 6 to 8 hours, depending on how big your beef is. I'm going to start with 6. Melt on the top, and then I'll be back a bit later. So I'm just making my macaroni cheese sauce. I'm actually doing it on the hob because my beef is in the slow cooker, and it turns out just as well on the hob, but I'm gonna mix this with the cooked macaroni. The recipe is up on my channel several times. It's the same method as the slow cooker. Then I'm gonna put that in the oven, and then in here we've got the beef, which is really steamy. So that's got the gravy and everything. That's also going to go in the oven to crisp up. And then in the oven we've got roast potatoes in the big piece of fat that was on the top of the beef. So like beef fat roast potatoes as well. So I will show you it as I go along. So here's the beef out of the slow cooker. It is literally, it just is fork tender. It's falling apart and it's really, really soft. You can just see it just comes apart really nicely. So I'm going to pour in the gravy from in here, and then I'm going to put this in the oven, and it's on about 220, and I'm going to let it crisp up. So we've got the potatoes in the beef fat in there, macaroni cheese, and then I'm going to pop this in as well. And then I'm going to steam some broccoli in the microwave, and then I will show you it all plated up. So here is the macaroni cheese. It's just out of the oven. I put some beef on the plate, so I'm going to show you when it's all kind of dished up. But as you can see, the mac and cheese is looking good and really creamy. Roast potatoes are amazing. We have just tried one and they were done in beef fat and they just taste so good. So I'm going to dish it up and then I will show you. So here we are served up. We've got our beef, our macaroni cheese and some roast potatoes because everybody wanted a little bit of both. One of my sons won't eat macaroni cheese. He doesn't like the cheese sauce, so he's having the roast potatoes. Everyone smelt them and wanted a bit of both, so that's what they've got. And yeah, we've got some 10 to 10 broccoli that I've just done in the microwave, and then yeah, this I've just added a little bit of extra gravy over the top of the beef, and this is what we have for our dinner tonight. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too.